This is the perfect RIA, in case you didn't know. Bringing you all the strategies to help your business grow. Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Sit back and listen in while you feel the beat, yeah. Another myth bites the dust.
Well, good morning and happy new year. This is your host, Micah Shalansky, with another amazing episode of a Follow-Up Friday. Now, this week I had the privilege of interviewing a great gentleman by the name of Rod Zeeb. He's a pretty well-known estate planning attorney. And man, we dove into that conversation and we actually went a little bit over time. So we definitely got to have Rod back. So make sure you go back and listen to that. What I thoroughly enjoyed about talking with Rod is his ability to ask rockstar questions. Now, you might be thinking, well, a question is a question and it's all the same, but is it? But all our questions the same. For example, one of the things we talk about is say, if you ask a client, do you have anything you want to talk about today? That's one way you can ask a client, but that's a yes/no question. Or you could say, what else would you like to talk about today? Now, that's an open-ended question. That went from a B-level question to a rock star level question. I know you guys have heard us talk about that before. But what Ron focused on was rock star questions that we can ask when we're meeting with our clients. What happens when you have a blended family and the way that they want to separate their money out? You can just see disaster coming, but how do you bring that up to them to make sure you're having it? How are you reviewing the estate planning? How are you engaging with the estate planning attorney to make sure you're truly delivering massive value? Now, I'm going to say estate planning is one of those areas that I think a lot of advisors do, but when I chat with them, they're checking boxes. They're not really doing estate planning. Yes, I know we're not attorneys. We can't draft documents. That's not what this is about, but it's really about engaging with the client to truly find out what do they want to see happen, because all attorneys want to do is they want to fill out forms. Basically, they're kind of inexpensive. LegalZoom, all right, they may not appreciate that, but they like to fill out these documents. They like to do a great job with these documents, but they're a document prep service. Most estate planning attorneys, yes, there's some exceptions which are phenomenal, but most estate planning attorneys are going to hear what the client says and just go do it, but they're not truly going to understand the client's wishes that needs to happen. And that's where our job comes in. That's where our job as the advisor comes in, to truly understand what those wishes of the client are, and let's make sure that gets translated to the attorney, that it comes up. Rod brings up several points in our episode on Monday, which talks about disasters which can happen. I shared a couple stories that we found with clients that what a client wanted was not what was in their estate planning documents, but they just had them done with a estate planning attorney. So how do you find those and how do you prevent those? Because that is delivering massive value to your clients. So super, super important that you focus on that. So action items that came out of this week's pod, make sure you go and listen to it because the stories that Rod had were just phenomenal. But also it's about talking less and listening more. And we often hear that, but how do we take action on that? And it's about the questions that you ask allow you to listen more. This is such an important thing. It's not just about creating silence. It's about asking questions, then being silent, asking the right question to get the engagement and response from clients. Super powerful when done properly. So make sure you go and listen to that episode and go and follow Rod Zeeb. He has the Heritage Institute out. This is something that I went to years and years ago, back when it was called American Tax Council, probably north of 20 years ago, believe it or not. I learned so much on estate planning. He has another version out with the Heritage Institute, helping advisors understand these complex questions and diving into a deeper estate planning with clients. Super powerful stuff. Go ahead and listen to that. And remember, the podcast is about taking action. So make sure you implement some of this stuff right away. Until next time, happy planning.
Hold on before we go. Something that you need to know. This isn't tax, legal, or investment advice. That isn't our intent. Information designed to change lives. Financial planning can make you thrive. Start today, don't think twice. Be a better husband, father, mother, and wife. The perfect RIA, the perfect RIA.